Hey, what's going on, guys? Hot Fuzzy here with my co-host.
Sloppy noise.
Just bringing you a little update for the weekend, just what we did. If you guys want to take a second, just throw us a little thumbs up and a comment below if you guys are enjoying our content. And if you haven't subscribed, we would greatly appreciate it.
So, first things first, if you have not seen our video about repositioning, whether it's a bug or a feature, there's been no official comment. We haven't seen any other official videos on it or unofficial videos. Long story short, check it out. Tell us what you think.
So I'm not gonna lie, server stability wise, this was probably the best it's been in from what I can remember. Okay. It was very smooth for the majority of the time. Yes, there was some hiccups, guys. We play the game. We know there's issues here and there, but in the long haul of the weekend, especially being a patch weekend, it was pretty damn good. I really have no huge complaints. We had some little lag hiccups here and there, but outside of that, it was pretty decent.
I mean, yeah, I don't remember the last time they actually had a patch go this smoothly. We tried out the prio missions and they're pretty good. They're pretty good. Look, some of the toughest parts of the prio missions right now are getting the resources, right? So you're going for tin, you're going for ice, copper, corundum, and some datatrine. For the for the tin and the pressurized ice, there's what? Tin, you got one place to go, and that's Magnus. Magnus is filled with a queue. Okay, I mean, there's literally 20 people waiting at the kiosk to buy it, and so it's the most PvP I've seen. I don't know, it's crazy. Anyways, look, what we did, right? We said, forget that. We're going out. We're doing some mining. We headed over to Pyro 5. We grabbed a mole each, right? And one of our other friends joined us with a mole and a prospector as well. We had a bunch of people out there, and we just hit some of the bigger nodes. We grabbed 80 tin per person in what, 10, 15 minutes, including travel time. It was maybe 20 round trip. It was beautiful. And
Yeah.
completed a mission. That was 26 mil, man. But I was going to say, Fuzz found another little workaround for it if you guys don't want to mine. So
Yes.
what'd you end up doing, Fuzz?
So I tried out some Vaughns and some ERTs. I was curious to remember what the loot pools were for the missions. So hit them up, did some Vaughns, and we did find some copper and corundum in those. It was a pretty good amount, couple hundred SCU in total per mission. Same with the ERTs as well. I had one ERT last night where I pulled in enough corundum to complete a 13 mil mission. So there's other ways to do it than just sitting at those little kiosks all day and waiting for it. I did buy some at SCD1 as well the other day. Okay.
Oof,
Now
that's
the
rough.
freight
That is rough.
elevators just don't work, guys. We'll see what happens with the little update they're doing this morning. They're finishing the update right now as we're recording this, so it could very well change in the next couple hours. We did try Detatrine.
Uh, Biggest mistake we have made all weekend, all right? And we've made a lot of mistakes. But we went there, bought something like 9 mil in Detatrine to do one of those missions. Um, Brought it up, and we had a C2 hovering over top, ready to just throw all our stuff in it, send it back down to get the next loadout, and the C2 disappears mid-air. This thing was hovering because there's not a whole lot of space over these little outposts, over these depots, right? So, yeah, it just disappeared mid-air. I guess there's a bubble around all of the cargo elevators, and it will disappear any ship and send it back to the station it was at. It's kind of weird. So as soon as you send down that elevator, the ship disappears. So maybe for now, either if you're at like Dinger's Depot or whatever it's called, right? You can chuck all the Detatrine down the hill and pick it up there. But I'd say stick away from it. Just until they iron it out. Maybe patch is coming out, hotfix, whatever. So maybe it'll fix it. But until then, you've been warned. You've been warned.
You've been warned. On the note of warning, boy oh boy, has there been a lot of pirating, guys. All right. So we joined in on some of the fun. All right. we enjoyed that gameplay loop as well, so we hit it up. Hopped into my good little mantis, and we set up a couple snares here and there, and it was almost like a
Yes.
thing of beauty because the first snare we get a hull C. It wasn't packed to the brim or nothing, but it did have a good few hundred SCU of, I believe it was copper.
Yeah, no, it works. Maybe a little too well. Just a little side note here, guys. Everyone is pirating to the point where we pirated pirates on their way to pirating who ended up pirating us. Okay, it was crazy. Um,
It's good fun.
we're just you're getting everything from C2s to Hull Cs to Gladiuses to F7s to Zeus. Like everyone's coming in hot and ready to fight. All right, so we did find a way to get around that. Technically, um, as soon as you see yourself being interdicted, right? You're in quantum, a flashbang goes off in your cockpit, you got bright lights shooting up everywhere. Drop out of quantum immediately. Okay, I mean immediately. You have probably 4 or 5 seconds before you'll get forced out. If you drop out immediately, you are too far away for them to do anything. I mean, you're like 1 mm away. Okay, there's nothing they can do. They can't even see you. And then you just jump to a side point and get around that. And wait, didn't you come up with like a different tactic that helps you out, Fuzz?
Yeah. So what I've been doing, and what a lot of the older vets that have experienced Mantis gameplay will do, is stagger your jumps around a little bit. What I mean is, if you're going from Pyro Gateway to Magnus Gateway, jump to something off to the side for a couple GM, then jump a little bit off into another location, then go to Magnus Gateway. Just stop at random, make it completely random because the net snare with the Mantis is only like a 20-kilometer snare. So if you're not pretty much directly in that line, you'll miss it. So that's a way around it. Good luck to you out there with that one. But we've given you as much as we can give you on that.
And pirates, if you are out there, if you're listening to this, don't forget that if you soft death a ship, say you soft death a Hull C, 19K out from a station, you got a couple Firebirds sitting there in the weeds just bushwhacking people, right? You have your friend with no crime stat go up to loot that soft death C2, and if he fires on you, right? As long as like you got to kill the pilot first, right? But then you have your friend go in, and he can just unload the cargo. And then if he gets fired on, the station will actually target the person who fires on him. Little piracy notes right there.
So we also polished up our weaponry and we headed over to SPK. We had a little crime stat after doing the pirating, so we had to wipe our CS. We went to SPK, smooth as silk. It was butter, a lot of fun.
It was okay. They had some decent weapons, and it's like if you can check out SBK right after a wipe. Upcoming. So they have just released news that 4.1 looks to be coming to Evocati this week, and that's 4.1. So we'll see what they got to bring with it, okay? But it's it's moving along. It's chugging.
Yeah, we'll have some
Um,
future updates with this as they release more information. And outside of that, you guys, we'll wrap up the vid. If you guys have any questions, comments, throw them below. We'll gladly answer them. And we'll see you out in the verse.
And don't be afraid to stop by in the Discord. We are always looking for haulers, pirates, uh, armed escorts for the haulers. We do a little bit of everything. You want a mine? We got it. Okay, so stop on in, say hi, and see what's up.
We'll see you on the next one,
Sweet.
guys.
See you on the next one.